We don't attract what we want as people. We attract what we are. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Say Net to Life. I'm your host, Nicteria Cladides, a peak performance energy leadership coach, and together with Andreas Batakis, we help entrepreneurs tap into their unlimited potential. Today, I want to focus on attracting what you desire and reaching your goals. This has to do with how you see yourself and your self-image. We can agree that today you're wiser than yesterday. Yesterday, you were operating from your former self. But today, if you choose, you can operate from your future self. Your future self is much more equipped than your former self. Today, you have more knowledge and more experience than you did yesterday. As a result, your current self is much more equipped than your former self. You're probably thinking, okay, Nectaria, what does that even mean? Think of your future self as who you want to be in the future in terms of what do you want to have achieved? If you see yourself being a successful author or speaker or teacher or whatever your heart desires, reverse engineer that today in terms of what would you do today that a successful author, speaker, or teacher does? What do these people think about? How do they dress? What actions do they take? Reverse engineer all that now from a place of commitment, from a place of results, rather than from being busy and a busyness orientation that can easily achieve what you set out to do. Think about how you are showing up. Are you being your future self? Are you operating from a place of commitment? This ties into your document where you have clearly defined who you are. Who is your future self? That's your commitment to yourself. That's where you're coming from, not where you're going to. Are you using your time in a qualitative way or in a quantitative way? Quality means transformation and results, while quantity means just being busy and hustling, where most of us spend our time without taking aligned action. It's just wanting and wishing to get results. It all comes down to the 80-20 rule, where we work most of the time. Our results come from the time we spend doing things, from the hustle, from the busyness of everything. But when we focus on the quality, we can achieve more things in less amount of time and without the hustle. If you're focused on busyness and effort, then you're not living up to your potential. You're not in aligned action. You're just experiencing force to get things done, which often leads to frustration and burnout. When you transform your identity to be your future self now, and with this, you commit, you have to commit to yourself. This is where everything changes. James Allen, in his book, As a Man Thinketh, quoted, "We don't attract what we want as people, we attract what we are." Once you get to a place of commitment and have clearly identified your document and who you are, you create this person instantly with the snap of a finger. It's only a decision away. Your future self is then the now, and you are committed to that. When you change your identity and you begin operating from commitment, this leads to courage. From the place of courage, you no longer worry about people's opinions or judgments. You are fully equipped with everything that it takes. You have the courage, you have the capability, and you have the confidence. You shift to a growth mindset, and that's where you find the how. You start seeing things your former self did not see. Your blind spots are now evident. You begin the process of letting go of people, places, and things that don't resonate with your future self that you have committed to be now. Once you are committed, all sorts of things start happening from this new place of commitment. You begin to see evidence of the things that you are looking to do. You begin to attract new places, new people, new opportunities, new situations, because who you are being is attracting these things. You are now vibrating at a different frequency. Your commitment and your identity are the same thing. They are one. The only way to get out of this habit of looping back to your former self is to transform your identity, transform your subconscious, and commit. It's only a decision away. This can be done first by having awareness. Once we have the awareness, then we can acknowledge and accept this new truth. Finally, from this new truth, this awareness and this decision, the doing comes into play. But not just any doing, not the busyness of it all, not the hustling and working hard. No, we take the aligned action your future self would take. Awareness begins by looking at what you've done over a period of time. Just make a list of your achievements. What's important here is for you not to pass judgment on this list, not to pass judgment on yourself. Non-judgment is crucial because we don't want to attach guilt or shame to this. These feelings come from a low energy level. Instead, you want to write down all your areas of growth that you've had, let's say over a period of 1 year, without attaching any positive or negative emotions to it. Now, from the perspective of your future self, with your new self-image, your new commitment, and your new mental equivalency compared to your former self, you can now be, do, and have greater results. As doing what you have been doing up until now, you will only get or grow as far as you've already gone. It's your future self that will take you further than you have ever gone. I've applied this personally to myself, working from a place of my future self, from a place of the wish fulfilled, meaning that I'm now doing and acting on things I want to see for myself in the future. And let me tell you, my external reality has changed tenfold. I went from taking everything that was in my head and being fearful of X, Y, and Z and committing to myself. What happened was that my future self now sees things from a different lens, and as a result is committed in different ways. This is how you create results easier and faster. And I can tell you that I actually work less. Before, I was hustling 24/7. I had the results for sure. But now everything comes to me with ease and flow. And I definitely don't need to hustle. As I'm creating the person I am meant to be, and that person, my future self, is very different from what my former self was. When I operate from my future self and I'm attracting everything from my being, rather from a place of just wanting or wishing. Operating from your current self means just creating the same results over and over again. Who I am right now is who I am most committed to, and I have my documents stating exactly who I am. It's a place I come from, not a place I'm going to. It's who I am today. Today, I am my future self. I am making decisions from that place. Everything we have in our lives right now, in this present time, is what we've previously committed to. This happens automatically, either actively or passively. You've made a commitment to either live life by default and take no responsibility, or live life by design, where you take full responsibility. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a lot easier to live life by default and be responsible for absolutely nothing, as opposed to taking a position of power over where you want to create your life. When you look at the outside circumstances and tell yourself that you have no control over anything, and you just make up narratives and tell yourself, I can't do this because of the economy, because of my appearance, because of my educational level, and the list can go on. You're just rationalizing to yourself ways to keep you from taking responsibility. That's making up excuses for not being your true self and for not leveling up. Some people are just not aware, and others are scared of their potential. They're scared of the power, and that's okay. But if you're just not aware that you can have a life with unlimited potential, I'm here to tell you that the sky is not the limit. There is no limit. When you're fully committed, when you make that decision, when you are crystal clear in who your future self is, then and only then you can achieve more quality growth and transform more than you ever have. The list that you previously made can multiply with achievements in very little time. Operating as your future self and having the faith will get you so much further today than it has ever had in the past. If more people were aware of this earlier in life, if they taught this in schools, the reality would be so much different today. By saying this, today is the next best time to do something you haven't already done. I'm going to say this again. It's only a decision away to commit yourself. Who are you showing up as? Until next time, don't forget to say net to life.